Beaver After Dark is not for all audiences. It will be dealing with adult topics and adult situations. Each host will be giving an opinion and is in no means an expert. Listener discretion is advised. And is in no means an expert. Listener discretion is advised. Well. Welcome to the shit show. I am joined tonight by this guy, white trash sugar daddy, Rob Ertz.
What's
And then we have our little
Sorry.
and we have, of course,
SoCal getting California assaulted out there by mosquitoes the size of buzzards.
was a great way to start the show there, Jen, of course. Our friend from California who's apparently being dive bombed by gnats. And of course, me, Beaver. Did we hit a deep subject already tonight? I guess it's the dive bombing that was deep, huh? So let's talk about hiking. Wait, do we like hiking?
Yeah, no, I got a broke leg.
Okay. So before the, broken leg, hip, whatever the fuck your issues are, did you like hiking? I love hiking.
I mean, I never went like actual hiking. I went on a hike to go fishing, like back deep in some woods or something, but I never actually went hiking for fun.
Oh, I did.
I'm not a big fan. I had to go to a lot of summer camps when I was young, and actually out here where I now live. And I remember it was always like watch for the rattlesnakes and do this, and it was a lot. I had to walk 2 miles literally to go get food. I'm not a big fan of it. Son of a bitch. I'm not a big fan of it. So sorry.
He does not have Tourette's. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? This is my candle. Come on.
Come on. All right. I actually hiked Hawk Mountain one time, and I'm going to tell you, we decided to take the quote unquote shortcut, which was just climbing up a bunch of freaking rocks to get to the top. And I was like, I'm taking the long way around next time. That damn shortcut was like, it was like walking through Boulder Field. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Pennsylvania, but Boulder Field was supposedly formed by the Ice Age and all these rocks being dragged. And there's this like whole field that's literally just rocks.
Oh, yeah. I've drove by that.
Yeah, it's really cool. The last time I was there back in 2020, I was walking out on the rocks and I was doing so good and I got a little overconfident and I was literally like one rock away from the edge and I went flying. I ripped open my side and everything.
Oh no!
I'm not allowed to do anything because I'm a big old klutz, which is probably a reason. But this is a hiking trip that I think Rob Ertz would actually like. So there were some people that were hiking in New York's Catskill Mountains. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of an issue because they had to be rescued. Why do you think they had to be rescued?
Because, well, I get a feeling it has to do with tonight's show because they were tripping magic mushrooms.
Bingo! You're so smart. You're not just a pretty face there, boy. Yes, you are correct. They took some debilitating psychedelic mushrooms and got
tripping balls.
Yeah. The panicked hikers admitted to eating psychedelic mushrooms and explained that one of them was in the midst of a debilitating high. I
Oh
want to know
my
what's
goodness.
debilitating about it. What's so debilitating? The area where the lost group took shelter was an interconnected trail hike with elevations as high as 2,600 feet and lined with steep cliffs and precarious drops.
Oh
So,
shit.
you're in the middle of a mountain, there's drop offs and everything. Yeah, let's go get high. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. See, and take it from somebody that's done copious amounts of mushrooms in large quantities at once. I mean, I've had trips where I've been fucking Irish. I destroyed my whole house and woke up crippled.
Oh my God.
And never in a million years have I went, let's go 2,600 feet up in the fucking air and trip
Right?
mushrooms. That
Right?
sounds like
Let
fun.
let's find out. The game is who doesn't fall off the cliff and die. That's the game. Who wants to play?
I mean,
Ooh,
that's the equivalent of going looking for liquid toads and licking a poison dart frog, which has actually happened.
shut up.
You
Swear to
licked
God.
That story.
You
Oh,
did?
sorry.
No, you would die. And that's what these motherfuckers did. They went out looking for those licking toads that make you hallucinate, right? And they found a poison dart frog, and that's what they thought it was, and they licked it and they fucking died, both of them right there. It was on that
Holy
old
crap.
TV series, A Million Ways to Die.
Oh my gosh, here's the thing. It's
Holy crap.
stupid does, right? Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you, not only did they have to get the rangers up to help
Harlan smiled.
them, right? One of them was so out of it that it took two people to drag him down the mountain. And by the way, the hikers realized at one point that they lost the car keys. So the forest rangers ended up going back up the mountain just to try to look for the keys, which, by the way, they ended up finding in a bunch of tall ferns. I would have been like, screw you guys. This
What?
is-
Right?
No, you know what? Instead of chasing that dumb motherfucker down, I'd have tossed him right off the mountain and swore to God he jumped.
I mean, there are some things where this is like one of those Darwin Awards. Like, if you're going to be this stupid to do this, you probably deserve to not be within the living community anymore. I mean, I get it. People will rescue people for a lot of different reasons, but come on. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
I just want to go back for 1 second because I did not know there was a frog that you could lick and die. I'm still tripping on that.
Well, a poison dart frog, like literally, it is poison. Like these tribes used to take and just rub their fucking darts on their back, or they would kill them so they would actually secrete more and rub their darts on them. And they're poisonous. They could go out and kill shit with it, like monkeys or what the fuck have you. But
Hey, Whiskey.
yeah, that's what they used them for. And these two idiots, like I said, went out in search of a licking toad and found this yellow and black poison dart frog, and they licked that motherfucker.
Okay, so I have two follow-up questions on that. The poison dart frog, is that why it's called the poison dart frog? Because they put the darts and they use the poison? Okay, that's my first
It's
question.
literally that
Second
simple.
Second question. I don't even want to know if California has those. I don't even want to know. I'm
No.
scared now. I'm going to be
No,
afraid of
they
every frog I see. Then I want to know what the hell a licking frog is and why were they wanting to lick a licking frog? What does a licking frog do?
There's a toad that secretes
Or
like a poison to other animals, but if we ingest it, it gets you like extremely fucked up, like tripping acid. So people will grab these toads and distress them and then lick them.
So
Holy
I
crap.
want to know who the first person
off.
was who decided to distress a frog and lick it.
Right?
Who's the first person that sucked on a cow teat? We will never know the answer to these things.
Good. How did we get to a cow tit?
Look. We drink cow milk. We're the only fucking species on the planet that does. Okay. Eventually, nobody thought to milk that cow. They saw the calf sucking on it and they got down there and sucked on it. That's how they figured it out. They got down there and they sucked that teat like it was a dick that was going to pay them. And they got a mouthful of milk and they was like, oh shit.
I didn't think it was possible to look at milk horribly. Now I think I'm going to look at a thing of milk very differently. Thank you so much for that visual. I appreciate it. Good Lord.
I guess we're going to have to look up this skit. Ronnie Billard's skit on licking toads. I will have to leave that up to Rob Ert to look that up because I can't do that while I'm recording. So I would like to welcome our friend John Klopp. He had been on a previous episode. So hi, John. And Whiskey Wisdom is in the building. Well, not the building.
Matt's in the building. Whoop, whoop.
I'm just amazed at what people will do to just try to get high. Like, I don't understand. Like, why would I just want to go out and lick a frog? There are better things to lick. I'm just saying that.
I mean, if I could find a licking toad, I would lick the toad at least once.
Oh my God.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
It's a pretty amazing high. Why wouldn't I try it? I'm just saying.
Now, do you know what one looks like?
Yes, I do.
Of course.
I have a feeling like don't you have a feeling, Beav, like he's going to go to the reptile store soon and ask if they have a licking frog? He's going to keep it as a pet, and anytime he wants to get a little doped up, he'll just go bring it in.
You can't find those in the U.S., at least not legally.
And I'm sure if it's illegal, you could probably find it. Don't you have connections?
Yeah, don't you?
Maybe. I mean, you know, you can always find stuff on the dark
Plead the fifth, motherfucker. Plead the fifth.
I don't know. I wonder if you could buy a licking toad on the dark web.
Guess what he's researching after the show.
I'm telling you, he is. And then he's going to like want to make out with it every once in a while. Come here, toad.
I want to see a video of that toad getting pretty, so you're not going to trick me.
Seriously, that's the next episode.
Right. I was going to say, please make sure you're on camera when you start licking that toad. I want to see this.
This is my stress ball. It's a little eyes pop.
Oh, that's cool. Oh my God. That's cool and creepy all at the same time.
I haven't even found one of those new DMT pins yet. So
I don't even know what that is. But we're going to move on from drugs.
Yeah, right.
To crazy surgeons. Okay.
Hi, buddy.
Ready?
Surgeon.
So I think we talked about this in the past. I'm not 100% sure if I've talked about it with people or we had it on the show, but regardless, there is a surgeon who pled guilty after purposely amputating legs for a sexual fetish.
I'm sorry. What? Are you like bloody stumps or which part did you like?
Yeah, I don't know, but 49-year-old vascular surgeon Neil Hopper was once named the bravest in Britain after he had to amputate both his legs. But now the doctor who performed hundreds of amputations of his own has pleaded guilty to 2 fraud charges after he told insurers that his legs needed to be removed because of sepsis and not because of the self-inflicted injury. So I'm going to ask you, and I think we talked about this because I remember this part of it. What do you think he did to self-inflict injury on himself so that he could amputate his legs?
I see he's a surgeon, so he's got all the tools available. I mean, what the hell? Why would he? Oh my gosh.
The easiest way to do it would cut the circulation off to the point to where the tissue started dying and then they wouldn't have a choice.
Well, what he did was he froze his own legs with ice and dry ice to ensure his legs would be removed. Do you know how fucking painful that had to be?
That's painful.
Oh God, yeah. I hope he was like snorting liquid morphine or something.
Or frogs.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
hypothermia. That's pain. It's painful. It's very painful.
At that point, I'm putting the frog in the fucking blender and turning him into a drink. I mean,
That should de-stress him. That'll de-stress him if you put him in a blender.
He's doing frogs and mushrooms.
Let's just put it all in a blender.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. And okay, I'm going to show you a picture of this guy because, I mean,
pull up the Dairy Queen, just hand him the frog. Like, can you put this in my blizzard?
this is the guy, and this is what he looks like now because he has some of his legs, but he froze it from about calf down. So he has to be in a wheelchair. He can't walk.
So is he still a surgeon?
Not anymore because he's in jail.
I don't understand the sexual fetish in that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that too. What does he do with the
Having
stump?
that much of your legs anyway.
I don't understand a lot of sexual fetishes, but they exist.
True.
Like,
True.
I don't understand why people like to be puked and vomited on. I want to fucking vomit myself when I hear it.
Right?
So no, I mean, there are a lot of things that people are into. I mean, feet is the least weird thing.
Okay, but are you saying his sexual fetish is the fact that people are amputated, or does he use the amputation to like replace where his penis was? I don't understand what's happening here. Like, what's the fetish?
I mean, I don't know. It's it doesn't say what the fetish is, and I don't really. I'm gonna Google. Okay.
Wait, I'm confused. SoCal, I misunderstood. So I don't know. So he cut his leg off and then made a penis out of it? How big was the penis? I cut my leg off for a bigger penis. Shit, how big we talking?
It's like
obviously from the calf down. Boom.
It's like body dysphoria. So amputation fetish is called acrotomophilia. Acrotomophilia. I'm probably
nailed it.
But it's characterized by sexual arousal or attraction towards people who are amputees.
Okay.
Oh wait.
So he made himself an amputee?
And then he made him
a masturbate? Is that he couldn't like masturbate? No, so now he can get harder because he's an amputee. I don't know.
I don't know. I think you should get him on your show and interview him. Find out.
Maybe he likes being
in jail.
Slapped on the stumps or something. I don't know.
Hey, listen, you can get a prison call. It's not a problem. Just answer the call.
I bet that's what it is. He likes to get a hooker to lick on his stubs.
Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Well, he masturbates. I
the
told
show is over, folks. Thank you for joining.
There's a finished video for that.
I have a feeling that Robert's going to make a new word in Urban Dictionary for something along those lines. He's going to come up with a word for it and make it an Urban Dictionary thing.
I absolutely believe you are correct. I 100% believe that you are
correct. And he'll add in there that before he'll put the whole process, like when you amputate yourself, make sure you blend the frog and the toad together with some mushrooms, drink that, then cut off your old legs, and then he's gonna have like a whole process in the Urban Dictionary. I can feel his brain going. I'm sorry, Beaver, we're trying to throw off your show here. Our apologies.
I haven't said a damn thing. Don't bring weed.
I just want to point out that somebody I find sick and degenerative is Klopp, and he just called us sick, degenerative bastards.
No. You know he loves it. You know he loves it.
Yeah,
he's in that club. I think he's the president of that club.
Yeah. I'm not only the president, I'm a client too.
Right.
So we're going to move to Canada because you know how much I love Canada, right?
Not even a country.
Anyway.
Right.
So this is interesting. And it's 1:43 long. We might pause it in between. But this actually was kind of even disturbing for Canada. Okay. Let me know if the volume's okay.
Crime in the neighborhood, but they've helped with investigations.
I
given up over 40 videos to the Hamilton Police Services themselves, who have come here in person and asked me for them.
Including this one, shared also with Global News, multiple angles of an alleged serial killer.
Sabrina Kuldar was behind that fence right there, where that sign is on the corner of it.
And shots of a 77-year-old man just before his death. So it came as a surprise when the city of Hamilton asked Miles to remove all of his cameras, citing this fortification bylaw, which prohibits homeowners from viewing or listening beyond the perimeters of their property.
Well, when
So there is murders and attacks happening around his house. He is assisting the police with video evidence, but they're going to tell him to take his cameras down.
Which is weird because it's the opposite of what they're doing with Teslas. Because Teslas come with a camera, motion camera. The police are confiscating people's Teslas for the video. That is very odd.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I get the whole your cameras might be. If it was on a person's private backyard, that would be different.
Understand.
But it's on a public street. There is no, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it just flew right out of my brain. There should be no,
like liability?
Not liability, but there should be no, you should not believe that you are not being recorded when you're in public. With all the video cameras and surveillance, and everything like that, you know somebody's camera is going to catch you.
Well,
Yeah.
hold up. Here's the problem with where he's at, though. There is no right of way. Like, his house butts all the way up to the government's part of it. So there's sidewalk and all that shit there. All that's considered public.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's
Expectation of
impeding on the
privacy.
public.
That's what I want to say.
But
No
see,
expectation.
Shout out for whoever's keeping this motherfucker from snitching. That's kind of cool. But yeah.
But
Fuck him
no.
for being a snitch.
No, but here's the thing: with all the murders and shit happening in that area,
He needs
Why
to
would
mind
he
his
not?
own business.
fuck that.
Or
Well,
he
I have
ends up
cameras all
on
over my
the
house, by the
news.
way. I have cameras everywhere. Why do you think people stop fucking with me?
See, SoCal know what I'm getting at. She from California. Ain't no snitching.
That. First of all, it would be one thing if he's just like, this person dropped garbage on the sidewalk or this person jaywalked. Those are like bullshit. But there are murderers. He has caught, what, 3 murderers on his security cameras. How many fucking murderers are happening in that neighborhood to begin with?
It's
Yeah.
snitching.
Pretty gnarly.
It doesn't matter.
Can we see the rest of the video?
people try to break in your home and your cars and all that kind of stuff, or they're killing people, it's a good thing to have it on video so you
Right.
can at least go after them in somehow.
At nearly every press conference, police make a point of asking the public for help, specifically requesting dash cam or home surveillance images. Well, here in Hamilton, police tell us they rely on CCTV images from residential and commercial buildings in order to solve crimes.
Like this video showing the moments before a fatal crash that led to a dangerous driving conviction.
The crash investigator actually just messaged me, emailed me, and said, without your video, we would have had nothing. Thank you so much.
Miles appealed the order from the city, then Monday morning received word he may be exempt after all, provided he can get a letter from his landlord, letters from his neighbors, screenshots from cameras.
Some sort of proof of police or criminal activity in my neighborhood. Now, I don't know how else to provide any evidence of criminal activity other than videos of 3 homicides.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? I
That's
mean,
a
and
little
this one here, this view here, specifically where it stopped, is basically his front door and just part of the intersection. You can't even see the whole intersection because the flag's up.
I bet
Yeah.
those videos aren't real.
Why do you
course
think
they're
that?
Because he had to say it. He wants to piss me off, is what he's doing. He is trying to poke the beaver, and I am not going to fucking fall for that.
Terrible of you to poke the beaver. How dare you poke the beef? God,
Who don't want to poke a beaver? I mean, come on.
I don't. I don't want to poke a beef. I'm good.
All right.
Are you not turned on by me?
Oh, I wasn't talking about you. I was just saying,
Oh, okay.
just
Just have to
Robert
clarify.
Beeves.
Just have to clarify.
Robert Beeves, I'm afraid of. The Burt's Bees.
Bees. Are you dying, Robert?
No, I'm
I think
good.
Too bad.
No, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still say fuck that guy because he shouldn't be snitching. There's rules. You just don't do things like that.
Listen, do you know how many times I've used my security cameras to get people in trouble?
See, but just as easy, somebody could do something to you for that.
Good. Let them
People
fucking
get
come.
out of jail.
Let them come.
she'll have it recorded, and then they'll be in trouble again.
Yeah, not only did they piss on the side of my house, they hit my vehicle twice. They spun out and threw fucking rocks and shit all over my car. You think I'm not going to get that? That's damage to my property.
You should move your car.
It's parked on the fucking street in front of my house in a spot.
Park around back or something.
Fuck
Robert.
that shit.
In a
I'm not
You're
backyard.
instigating.
I am not. I know that's what he's doing. I'm not moving my car because somebody decides that they can't fucking handle whatever for whatever reason they don't like me and back up in my car not once but twice.
So instead of moving your car, you're just gonna snitch.
That's fucking right. And guess what? I'm not the one that got a fine and a ticket. So I'm not. I don't care.
Oh, poor
That's
little
right.
fella.
That's right. Poor little feller, my ass. So glad that motherfucker isn't around the neighborhood as much anymore. But anyway, we're going to move on because it's Robert's time to shine.
That is disgusting.
Usually is.
You are one sick puppy.
It is now time for Robert's Urban Dictionary of the Week.
This week's Urban Dictionary of the Week is Wyoming Prairie Dog.
Don't.
This
God.
This one's really interesting. I wish Rusty would have been here for this. I don't think y'all will ever guess this, but you can try if you would like.
It's called the Wyoming what?
Prairie dog.
Prairie dog. So
It don't have anything to do with poop.
no, but I'm wondering if it's the like doggy position, and maybe you're shoving a state up it's your butt. I don't know what's happening there. Trees.
I don't.
What's in Wyoming? There's trees there and a couple people.
There's a few hills and a mountain, and that's about it. A lot of wind.
Okay,
So
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah. Go
a
ahead.
Wyoming prairie dog is a sexual position that involves two females and a male. The first female gets in a 4-point stance, while the second lays on her back so their asses touch. The male then has the opportunity to pop in and out from 4 holes just like a prairie dog.
Isn't that more of like a gopher? I mean, a mole.
Well, I saw prairie dogs live in South Dakota, and them some bitches pop out of every which way.
Oh, they do?
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
Did you ever watch that? Wasn't there a show or something about prairie dogs?
No, that was shit.
What was that show called?
Little House on the Prairie Dogs. I cracked myself up. I don't need anybody else.
Meerkat Manor.
Meerkat. Okay.
They were meerkats. Dean Cain was like the voice.
Okay. Yeah. I couldn't remember, but I was like, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
So,
Hi, J-Man.
there you go. Who's doing that? Yeah, there we go. See, she got it. She got it. Prairie dog. Well, you let me know if you do one of those, okay?
Oh,
Don't let me know if you do that, okay? I'm okay. I'm
Are you
okay without
sure?
knowing.
I
Are
don't
you
know if I can find two women that flexible.
yeah,
I mean, pretty much their buttholes have to touch. Well, I mean, at least their asses. I don't think it's even possible to touch buttholes unless it's two skinny people with no ass.
Are you sure?
But for somebody to volunteer for that position, or two people, they got to be okay with anal juices going into other juices, into other people's anus juices, into other people's other juices. Yeah, no,
What if they
it's not
change?
okay.
What if they have a condom and they change it constantly? Still no?
Oh no, not for me. I did look like I was in thought, didn't I? Oh hell no. No, I was what I was actually doing, I'm such a visual person that when people so I was sitting there thinking, how many condoms would that be? Like you're ripping one off, throwing another one on, ripping it off. So that's where I was. Not not thinking about the question was
Oh,
aimed at me.
he's really thinking about this.
No, I was just visualizing it all. I'm all, that's a lot of rubbers. Like you would have to have like a Sam's Club box because if you're going to do it like a prairie dog, which apparently pops in and out and round, just be, that's a lot of condoms.
Yeah. Well,
The word
Jay
juice is starting
is
to-
saying that the word juice is starting to sound as ick as moist.
Jamie, juicy juices,
Moist and
anus juices, anal juices, something
Wouldn't
else
that be,
juices.
no, wouldn't that be anal leakage?
I don't know.
Anal leakage is very different. Well, maybe not. I mean, those are juices, but
It's
different
gotta
types
come
of
from
juices.
somewhere.
Yeah, there's
Otherwise, it's just swamp ass.
a swamp ass. Oh
So,
God.
It is if you live down here
it is. Is
where
it?
the
Are we doing
humidity
swamp
is
ass?
Satan's
Are we doing
fucking
swamp ass?
anus.
Just like, stop it. Stop it. So we will stop it. We're going to move on to something. And I would actually, Robert used to drive truck because we know he jerked off in like every state except Alaska and Hawaii.
Oh my God. It's
So
true.
this is something that I want to hear mostly from Robert, but obviously Jen can have an opinion. I kind of wanted this is another topic I wanted to discuss with Rusty because Rusty used to drive truck also. So I saw this actually like 2 weeks ago. And I was just thinking, why are we doing this? Did we not just have a fatal accident with some people who couldn't speak English with a truck driver? But this is what we're doing. Kenyans are seeking jobs in the United States and have been granted a new olive branch after the government and the state of Nebraska entered into a labor migration agreement this week. Speaking on Wednesday, Bob Evnen, the Nebraska Secretary of State, said that the Midwestern state is already in the process of hiring truck drivers with intentions to expand recruitment efforts into nursing and other medical professions. He stated, "We have commercial truck drivers already who are being trained partially in Kenya, and then they complete their training in Nebraska. This initiative is in direct response to the pressing shortage for commercial drivers in the United States, those operating tractor-trailer combinations." So the thing is, they also attached these two headlines from April of 2025. And the headlines, and I'm going to just share them quickly with you. Kenya among the most dangerous places to drive in the world. And then this is the article here from September 8th of 2025 that Kenya is securing American jobs deal to drive trucks through Nebraska partnership. So we know that not long ago, there were some people that were driving a truck that apparently they were not citizens that were granted a license in California, but were in another state, tried to do a U-turn and killed the family. There have been a lot of articles here. I shouldn't say a lot of, but I've seen articles here and there about, this person made a wrong turn and ended up somewhere because they couldn't read the sign or whatever. How do you feel, Robert, about them bringing people in from Kenya? And do you think that there should be any type of specific requirements prior to granting them this license to drive this huge vehicle?
Well, you gotta think all the Christian freaks that want to bring Jesus back, so they got to tell everybody about Jesus, has already went over there and built a school and taught them fucking English. So most people from over there can speak English rather well.
Okay.
And they've had some sort of schooling for the most part. So it's not like that guy up there on the turnpike in Florida, wherever it was, that whipped that turban that whipped his U-turn there. I don't know where that feller was from, but he was definitely of Middle Eastern descent. But yeah, I mean, like I said, thanks to all the Jesus freaks, they're all educated anyway for the most part.
I didn't actually think about that because I was just thinking, like, are they going to be able to speak English? Are they going to have enough English to be able to determine road signs and all of that stuff? But you're right. Kenya is one of the countries that they did go to and educate and bring Jesus and stuff. So they could all be. But what if they don't?
Well, we just got to be careful that we don't infiltrate pirates from Somalia that start stealing our loads and then try to carry them off on dinghies. But,
I don't think they're gonna.
you know,
Well, they're starting in Nebraska. So,
I mean, if they're not educated, then no, it's not going to work. And it's not following under Trump's new standard. And DOT will ticket them and put them out of service, and they'll end up losing their CDL.
okay, that's all right.
So
I'm
the
just
system's
surprised
there to cover it.
The amount of, I'm thinking, how many men are not working? Can we get them trained and get them on the road? Is it, I guess you almost have to want to do it though, because it's not an easy job. It's not that, I don't want to say it's not easy, but you have to know stuff and you have to be able to predict traffic and stuff like that. I wouldn't want to do it. I couldn't drive. I'd be like,
keeping the door closed to make money's the not easy part. Everything else is a cakewalk.
yeah. So it's not, it does. So how, okay. I know this is probably
Dealing with morons. And see, this is what pisses me off though, Beaver. And this is why they're having to bring people from third world countries, is because truckers are still making the same pay they did years and years ago. When in truth, they should all be making over six figures right now. The price didn't go up. The cost of freight, the cost of diesel, the cost of everything over the years went up, except for what the fuck you were getting paid. And they struggle in the trucking industry to find drivers. And Trump's bill did kill that. And there was a lot of Ukrainians and a lot of Russians I noticed over the road when I was driving. It didn't speak very good English. It probably didn't make it either. So, I mean, it all comes down to now you have to actually pretty much go to school to become a truck driver. You can't just go get your CDL like you used to. So, with that being said, why is it still not considered a skilled labor? So the money's brought up on it. Truck driving is still considered an unskilled labor, just like people making hamburgers.
That's crazy. I didn't know that, because that is a skill. Are you kidding me? To be able to handle driving a truck and all the BS you guys have to go through? That's
It's considered an unskilled labor.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's because these laws are made by people that's never drove a fucking truck.
Well, and that's true. And that's where any law that's being passed should go through people who actually do the job.
Yeah.
Should not be like, even in places of business. I don't want people who aren't doing my position to make rules or change shit.
Yeah.
Because you're just making it harder for me. Like, it's fine the way it is. I mean, and this will make it easier. The fuck it will. It's not going to make it easier, because now I have to do all this extra stuff. Like in the job that I'm in now, we used to just have to document a name and a phone number. Now they want an email for everybody. And you cannot close that case if you don't get an email. So you have to get one or make one up. If you forget to get one, you got to try to pull their information and see if there was one given before, or you have to make one up.
What's the point in the email?
Shit.
Because they send surveys. And if they have to do like a mass email, they want to have an email for every contact that's ever been with us. But I mean, people get pissed. Like, why do I have to give you an email? Well, it's a requirement. I need to document an email in case they do need to do a mass email. Well, I don't want junk. Don't be sending me shit. Like, people get
Right.
really, really irritated.
Yeah. And I think that forcing somebody, they might have an email address for certain things, but I know for my clients, they a lot of them, well, my clients are a very different set of community, but either way, I know that in general, some people don't look at their email very often. It's just not a thing they do often. They might have it for specific reasons. So to force that upon your clients, that kind of sucks.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in the field that I'm in, people should be reading their damn emails because it's kind of something how business is transacted. However, it's how the people rate us. So they send them a survey to see how I did as a customer service agent. And I get stupid shit like, I don't like your website. So they give me a 1. What the fuck does our website design have to do with the fact that I gave you a good service? You know what I mean? It's just stupid shit.
Yeah.
I got a 1 because they didn't like that they had to hold for 20 minutes. Well, how's that my fault?
But that's what I'm saying. So see, they're not, if you're forcing them to do that, they're not necessarily going to take it seriously. I mean, some will, maybe even most will, but you're going to get the ones that drag you down because they don't give a 2 shits to do a survey. They just don't want to.
Yeah,
I
think on average, only 10% of the emails that they send out actually come back with a survey.
Yeah. I mean,
I just don't understand why it's worth it, but I don't want to bitch about work. All right. So I do have one more story that I just want to get to, and then we're going to get to your stuff because I want to see what the questions are. But have you ever been in line at a grocery store and had somebody, I don't know, jump in front of you?
No, I'd kick their ass.
All right. Well, on August 31st, around 2 p.m., deputies responded to Cochrane Boulevard in Port Charlotte, which is near Sarasota. So it's a Florida man story. Deputies said the male victim had already been taken to a nearby hospital due to being sprayed in the face by what appeared to be bug spray.
Oh, that's not cool.
It was a Publix grocery store. Daniel John Kennel, 65, is now standing accused of 2 counts of aggravated battery with great bodily harm. Yes. The deputies noted that the spray residue on the rear window of the victim's white Honda Civic, as well as on the front of the female's victim's black T-shirt. So they could actually smell it when they arrived.
A 65-year-old guy did this to a woman?
And a man.
Oh, and a man.
Yeah, 2 people.
He sprayed them with bug killer.
The male victim said he was initially in one checkout line when his wife yelled for him to come over to the one that she was at. The process of picking multiple lines allegedly did not sit well with the defendant. The male victim told the deputy that Kennel approached and attempted to get in front of his wife, who said she was already in line and waiting for her husband. The defendant became upset when the couple began placing their merchandise on the belt, also began placing his merchandise on the belt, and the guy that sprayed them also tried to put his stuff on the belt at the same time. The husband stated that the argument rose between his wife and the defendant due to this, and then the husband stepped in to tell him to back off. The husband then stated that the old guy, Kennel, then left his cart and merchandise and ran out of the store. Husband said that his wife and him went to their vehicle and began loading the merchandise into the car when the older gentleman ran up behind them and sprayed them in the face with what he believed was bug spray.
That's jacked up, dude. That's got some really bad shit in it.
Nah, fuck them bitches. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you do that to me at the grocery store, I ain't gonna touch that woman, but I'm gonna throat punch the fuck out of her husband. You ain't getting in front of me like that. That shit ain't happening.
Hold your freaking horses here, though. Her ass was in line. He was in line. She called him over. They didn't jump in front of the guy. She was already there. She was waiting for her husband.
Her husband was in line, and that bitch went line shopping and got in front of that old man.
No, she didn't. She was in line. He got
Yeah, it
behind her.
does. So they were, and because she got to the thing first, so she called her husband over.
I've done that.
No, that's fucking ignorant. You need your ass beat for that shit. See, you're gonna stand empty until you get. And hell no, I'd have probably pulled out my gun and shot that motherfucker at that point.
I've done it before, and it's not that big of a deal.
Oh goddamn!
I'm still waiting my ass in line, just like you are. Just because I don't have the products doesn't mean I'm not in line. Haven't you ever been in line and you forgot something? You sent your kid out to go get it, and then your kid comes back and brings it, or whomever, your wife, whatever.
That's different. It's not a whole goddamn cart from 3 aisles over.
Okay, but it's not different because they're still bringing a product to you, and you were in line, so. It's not. I'm not going to kick anybody's ass for that.
No.
They were in line.
I was getting fucking shot.
unless of course, Robert, now, if the husband comes with like 3 fucking carts full of shit, now I might be a little pissed. At this point. I might say, hey, can I get in front of you because I have less shit than you do? But I'm not gonna bug spray them, for God's sakes, Floridians. Don't you have anything more, I don't know, creative than that? That's horrible. Spray them with like vagina juice stuff. I'm saying juice for J May.
They sprayed him with bug juice, and I mean that's fucked up though. I mean, not really that he sprayed them; they deserve that, but
of course,
there ain't no telling what they're gonna charge that poor old man with. He's probably gonna get like $11.29.
My God.
I'm sorry, but like, how angry do you have to be in your life to not just let it go?
Right?
It could just be a fucking Tuesday, and I'm gonna kick your ass for some shit like that. It don't have nothing to do with it. It's just fucking.
I don't think that I've ever went in front of somebody with a whole cart full of stuff, but I have stood in other lines, and when it gets close enough, I'll look over to see where Jason is and be like, "Come on over here." But there's not usually anybody behind me. I don't remember ever a time that there were people behind me.
I mean, I've done it. It's not like it's a habit of mine, but I've done it before.
I've done it. But when I go shopping, if I ever actually go into the store shopping, which I rarely do anymore because I do curbside pickup. But if I go into the store shopping, I'm usually there at like 7 a.m. So there's not usually a lot of people. So.
And we have a store out here that pretty much if there's more than a couple people in line, they'll just open another register immediately. I love that store because I'm telling you, they will open up every register if they need to. And then as the lines calm down, they'll close them down again and then open them up as they come. So I haven't had to do that in a long time.
I'll tell you what, Walmart is sucky for lines anymore because they hardly ever have registers. It's all self freaking checkout now.
Yeah.
They hardly ever have registers open anymore.
Look,
why do you have 50 fucking aisles of registers if you're not going to have them open anymore?
By the way, Target's like that too. I went into a Target the other day. They had, out of like, I think 20 registers, they had 2 open. That's it.
If they did like Myers and they had a big ass belt for you to be able to offload your cartload of shit, that's one thing. But if you expect me to go through like the 10 or 15 aisle self-checkout bullshit with my whole cart, fuck that. That'll take forever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. I always wonder why Walmart had like 50 checkouts and they have like maybe 1 open.
Yeah.
And the rest of they want you to use self-checkout.
They do, but I won't. I'll stand in line. Fuck that.
I usually use self-checkout because I don't want to wait. Or they only have like the less than 15 item or less than 10 item lane open.
Yeah, if I got
like I said, I never go inside the stores anymore. I do curbside pickup. I hate shopping. I hate people blocking the aisles and standing around like a bunch of morons. One of these days, I'm just going to lose my shit, and it's not going to be pretty.
And you're
But-
going to spray some bug spray in people's faces.
Fuck that. I got pepper spray. No
All
kidding.
right. Pink. So, what's your questions?
Yeah,
We-
so let's go to Jen.
Okay.
Jen has a bunch of thought-provoking questions.
So this comes from the Book of Questions from Dr. Gregory Stock. And I just really like I put some like little stickers in there, but I have a couple of them. So, but this is a little aged, so I'm going to bring up the amounts a little bit more. So for the example on this one, this goes to everybody. On an airplane, you are talking pleasantly to a stranger of average appearance. Unexpectedly, the person offers you $100,000 for one night of sex.
Yes.
Knowing that there is no danger and that payment is certain, would you accept the offer? You've already answered. She's like, hell yeah.
$100,000. Let's go. Let's go to the bathroom right now.
We already know what Robert's going to say. What would you say, Robert? No,
No,
don't do it.
It's a dude.
What
Well,
if
no, it doesn't say it's a dude.
Oh, it left it. Oh yeah. Well,
It says you are talking pleasantly to a stranger. It doesn't say if it's
okay. Yeah. Why are we even talking? Where you want to go?
So here's the
No.
question. What if it was a dude? Would you have sex with a dude for $100,000?
No.
Well, if you were the catcher, not the
would.
pitcher.
Would
No.
you allow them to give you a blowjob for $100,000?
No. That's not my price at all.
Jen,
Okay. You what?
are you going to have sex for $100,000 with a stranger that you met on a plane?
Am I married or not married?
Does it fucking matter?
It kind of matters. Kind of a faithful person.
I feel
My
like
husband
my
would be
wife would
like,
get
"Here."
mad if I didn't.
Yeah, right?
You know, like what the fuck is
Well,
wrong
knowing-
with you?
Because I liked how it was specific, knowing that you'd be okay and payment is for sure. That you'd be okay. Like there's nothing, no STDs, nothing's going to be happening. I would, but not necessarily if I was married in I don't know. Leave me
Okay,
alone. Leave me out
What
of
if
this.
you're married? What if you're married and you call your husband and say, I was offered $100,000 to have sex with a stranger one night. And he said, yes, I don't, if you feel okay with it, you can do it. Would you do it?
Fuck yeah.
All right, there you go. There
And if
is.
it was a micro penis or it was really disappointing, I would ask for double.
Fuck that, it's $100,000. I don't need to come. I just need the money.
Right.
I want to know what people in the chat are saying. Come on, people. What's going on? Would you have sex with a stranger for $100,000? I already know John Klopp is going to say yes.
Yes, he would.
But I want to know, Klopp, would you allow a guy to give you a blowjob for $100,000? You don't have to do anything but let him suck your dick.
Okay.
Let's see what he says.
And while we're waiting for him to answer that,
Okay.
while on a trip to another city, your spouse or lover meets and spends a night with an exciting stranger. Given that they will never meet again and that you will not otherwise learn of the incident, would you want your partner to tell you about it? It's a two-parter. That's the first part. I'll tell you the second part in a minute.
So my partner meets
Jason went out and fucked somebody, but you're never going to find out about it.
I actually wouldn't want to know.
Okay.
I would rather not be hurt.
What about you, Robert?
I agree with Beaver. I don't want to know.
Okay.
It's
Now, if
safer
roles were
for everybody.
part two is if roles were reversed, would you reveal what you had done? So would you
No.
tell?
No.
What about you, Robert?
If I felt at that point in time like I needed to do that, I would call my wife and tell her we are no longer married, and she would be receiving divorce papers, and I would hang up the phone. That way, I'm not a cheater.
There you go.
I told Bob when we first met, I told him if he was ever going to cheat on me, just call me first. Call me, text me, beep me. Back then we had beepers. Just beep me. Just let me know first. Don't wait till after. That's all I asked. That's all I asked of him for real. Because, you know, I had been cheated on a few times, and I'm like, that's the only thing I ask of you, and I'll do the same. If I'm gonna fuck off on, I mean, not fuck off on you, but fuck on, you know what I'm trying to say. If I'm gonna
Yeah.
cheat on you, I'm gonna call you.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, so this question. Oh, you want to read that?
Klopp says no. And besides, after 100,000 is spent, you have a surefire argument ender. Well, you're a $100,000 whore.
Why does that make you a whore to screw one person? What if you've only screwed one other person in your entire life and you're screwing this one person? Now you're a whore? Oh, because you got paid for it. Oh, I get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, people are so judgy.
They are judgy. That's okay.
Okay, so this is kind of like part two to that first
might
question.
make you.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but that might make you like the third highest paid whore in U.S. history. So
I mean, not bad wages, right? By the way, bitches, you all had to do this for how many nights? I only had to do it once.
right.
How many times did
I'm
I have
richer
to
than
do it
you.
in that night, though?
And I don't have to give half of it to a pimp. It's all mine.
And the government isn't going to rate me over it either because it's mine.
That's right.
It's cash.
That's right. Okay, so this is kind of like a part two to that question. So how do you react to the idea that more people are willing to have sex for money than to forego washing? And then it has kind of a story. A century ago, this would not have been the case. Do you think our permissive sexual attitude is a healthy development? And what about our increased attention to personal hygiene? How important is advertising and bringing all these changes? So I just want to know if you think that, how do you react to the idea that more people are willing to have sex for money than to forego washing themselves?
You mean then taking a bath?
Yeah. Cleaning up.
So more people are willing to have sex than they are to actually take a shower? Like
To have sex for money, specifically.
Okay.
More people are willing to have sex for money than to not take a shower or bath or clean up after themselves.
I don't know if this answers your question, but once upon a time, there was a girl that had sex for a cheeseburger, and she had been walking around all day, and things that happened, you definitely would want to took a shower for. So, I mean, these things happen, as disgusting as they are, but
Robert, are you talking about a Puddles? Are you talking about a Polly Puddles?
no, well, this is more like a rally cheeseburger girl, but it is what it is.
Oh my God.
I guess.
Okay, I got another one for you. I got a couple good ones, and this one I'm going to make about. I tried to pick out the sex ones because you kind of are all dirty, but I also picked a couple other ones, and I'd really like to get an answer to. So this one: would you be willing to give up sex for 1 year if you knew it would give you a much deeper sense of peace than you have now?
No, I can take pills for that.
It's hilarious.
Oh my God.
I can take pills for peace. I ain't giving up my sex. Okay, B, what about you?
I
want to do this one.
I don't know. No. I mean, I don't.
I guess it depends on whatever. You got to look at it as a life thing, babe. Like whatever's keeping you not at peace in your life would then be peaceful.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like. I don't know if I want to say
It's
yes.
like a
or not,
philosophy
right?
question.
Can you imagine no stress at all from like your family, from your husband, anything? You just peaceful.
Well, does that mean I'm getting divorced in that year? No kidding.
No,
I mean,
no, you're just not having sex. At least with him.
Yeah, right.
No, just
You
kidding.
know what? I would do it because I feel like sometimes I'm so stressed out I can't take it. So I would do it for a year. I could do a year. It goes by pretty fast.
Yeah, it does. Okay, I think that I have a feeling, Robert, you both would love this question.
well, hold on. But at the same time, you could be stress free. Like, let's say if you just run away and didn't tell nobody where you went, you just went to Tijuana and hid out in the hotel and rubbed it out in the corner. I mean, you'd still be stress free. You wouldn't have nobody to bother you.
But
Still need a job, and I need to be able to pay for my
yeah,
way, and and I can't board
and
an
you,
airplane. I don't have a real ID, motherfucker. So it is what
right,
it is.
me neither.
Man,
Also, just the fact that like for me, it's a problem because I bring all the stress in on me, right? So even just work, when I'm get off work, I will go to bed and things will pop in my head through the night, and I'll wake up and I go, "Oh no, you don't." Like it doesn't necessarily go away. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily get peace.
I do the same thing. I do the
that's
same thing. My brain just
So,
sometimes wakes me up to ask stupid questions.
okay, I feel like you guys will really like this one, but I have one that's even better than this. But if you could use a voodoo doll to hurt anyone you choose, would you?
fuck yes, I would.
I knew you both would say that. I knew you would both say that. Okay, there's another one that I have earmarked because I
Maybe
didn't
not
have
like
anyone.
massive hurting, but just a little bit of something.
Oh, you guys
I
totally
want to
would.
hear answers from the people watching. Like pop
I
your
know.
answers into the chat, man.
Like,
Yeah,
you
pop
mean
them in.
you mean like throwing it down the stairs and then like tying it to a brick and throwing it in the water?
Or just like poking it in the knee every so often so that they get knee pain. Yeah, something like that. I don't want to like hurt, like kill them, but I would definitely want to do some like fun pranky stuff. Like,
Okay.
dump water on their crotch so it makes them look like they peed themselves or something
Or
like that.
or put like a feather on their crotch so they're always itching, scratching
Yeah.
it, and they think they have like crabs or something, but it's really just a feather. But they don't know that. Okay. Would you be willing to murder an innocent person if it would end hunger in the world? Would you be willing to murder an innocent person
No.
to end world hunger?
No.
Why not?
Fuck it, Robert. Why not?
Of course,
Screw
Robert
it.
would. No.
Let's all eat, motherfucker. Where's my 45? Everybody but this motherfucker's about to eat.
So that body become like the bread and loaves from the Bible. You just start feeding everybody from the body that you just killed.
Basically, I mean, that's the way that works out according to Jen's standard.
Yeah.
Because it ends world hunger.
I have two more that I just enjoy. Wait, after what was that? After the what?
After this past week, yes.
Okay, so one is one's kind of deep. So I'm going to wait for the deep one for last. I'm going to give you this one. For a person you loved deeply, would you be willing to move to a distant country knowing there would be little chance of seeing your friends or family again?
To be with that person?
To be with that person. To a distant country. You probably won't see your family or friends.
Yeah.
Beaver?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I'm so in love with them and it's I mean, because you'd want to be.
You're a very family-oriented person. So are you, Robert. So that kind of surprises me. Klopp says nope.
But
didn't it say somebody from like your past or some shit?
Someone that you love deeply. Klopp would be a no. I live here and I hardly see family anymore. It's almost like since the grandparents and my dad have gone, like family kind of scattered to the wind. Like I see them once a year, and that is at the family reunion on the 4th of July. That's it.
Everybody started doing their own holidays.
Everybody just holidays. Everybody, and I rarely ever get calls or any in the beginning I would reach out to them and be like, "Are you home? I'm going to come visit," or whatever. But it was always a one-way street, and I decided I'm not going to kiss people's ass. Like, why don't you ask me to come over, or why don't you something like let's go have a cup of coffee, let's do something.
Okay, but you're also walking away from your mom, Beaver. That's like saying right now you're also walking away from your mom and your nephew and your nieces and your nephews and your nieces that you love and adore. You okay with that?
I would have to be okay with it. Besides, I mean, is it a place where I could take my mom and put her somewhere Or is it going to be that the person I'm with is going to be so financially sound that I could have my mom in the home with me so I could take care of her and she wouldn't have to be where she is anymore? So,
Well,
I mean, that
but it
question
doesn't give that option. It's giving the option you don't see him
yeah.
again.
Well,
Right.
it says that I'm moving. It doesn't say I can't take her with me.
True. But it says
That you would not see.
little chance. It's not saying there's no chance. They're saying there's little chance.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I was in love with somebody and I wanted to be with them, I feel like sometimes you can't live for other people. You have to live for yourself. And it's
Yeah.
not always about being greedy. It's about doing what's right for you.
And by the way, Beaver, that is very hard to do.
It is. It is
When
very
you guys both agree, isn't it hard to do? I mean, even think about you, Robert. You're always thinking of your kids, Sarah, other things going on in your life. It's very hard to think and do things for yourselves simply because you actually should. It's the
Mhm.
hardest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It is hard because you start valuing other people's feelings over what makes you happy.
Yeah, over
it's
your
not-
own feelings, actually.
Right. So sometimes
Okay.
you live in like a miserable unhappiness because you want something that you decide you're not going to do because of somebody else's feelings. So yeah, it sucks.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is my last question, and it's a two-parter. You have the chance to meet someone with whom you can have the most satisfying love imaginable, the stuff of dreams. Sadly, you know that in 6 months, the person will die. Knowing the pain that would follow, would you still want to meet the person and fall in love? That's part one.
Wow. Yes.
6 months
Because
of complete bliss.
yeah, 6 months of happiness. The rest of your life, you'll have those memories to cherish.
Robert?
Robert's like, nah.
Yeah, because then, I could like treat it like a science experiment and try to be coming as she's going. That would be cool.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Robert.
Or maybe if I lasted longer than she did, oh well. She would want me to go on and be happy.
Klopp would not want that.
I don't know. I kind of agree with Beaver. Like 6 months of just like absolute freaking happiness. And like you said, that you can live on them. Although that's also hard because then you're always going to grieve that, don't you think?
You will grieve it, but you grieve the loss of anything. So even if you don't have that love and you have a mediocre love, you're still going to grieve the loss of it. So why not be happy at least for those 6 months? Isn't it the phrase, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all?
Facts. Yeah, it is. Okay, part two of that question is, what if you knew your lover would not die, but instead would betray you?
I think the betrayal is worse.
Yeah,
Betrayal
I wouldn't do it then.
I would not do it if I was going to be betrayed. Because
Right.
I've been
Yeah.
cheated on. And I'm going to tell
It
you,
sucks.
the first guy that I ever dated, I dated him on and off for 3 years. And when I found out that he was cheating on me with not one, but 2 women, I was absolutely devastated. It created a long couple of years of me not trusting anyone. And
Yeah.
I ended up meeting this really great guy who I just always thought was cheating on me. I always just thought he had to be cheating on me. And it ended up that he just got sick of my shit.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you can't base our relationship on what
That's something
your
else.
previous boyfriend did. And I said, I get that, but you can't take the doubt out of my brain right now.
Yeah.
Because
It's hard to let go, but
it
you
is
have
very
to.
Oh, I did. It took me a long time, and
You just
a
wasn't
couple of
ready at that point.
I wasn't ready. I mean, I literally met him 3 months after this other relationship ended, so it was way too soon. And I mean, there were a couple of things. It wasn't just me not trusting him, but I mean, it really did ruin that for me because
Yeah.
I couldn't let it go. But like I said, it was only like 3 months after the other relationship, and I wasn't ready to trust again. But
Yeah.
it really effed me up. Now with Jason, he's too lazy to cheat. I don't have to worry about him cheating at all.
I gotta say this. I when I was 22 years old, I was dating a man, and he cheated on me. God, men and their cheating. The greatest thing in the world was the woman came to his door. He lived. I had to go out of town to go see him, and so I usually stayed the weekend. She comes knocking on the door while he's in the shower, and she says, "Are you his girlfriend?" And I said, "Yes." And she says, "Well, we need to talk." So I invited her in. We had a little chit chat. He comes out of the shower. He sees both of us sitting there. She has all kinds of balls, and I appreciated her so much. That's how I found out he was cheating. She literally came to the door. But let's get beyond that. After that incident, that hurt me so bad because it had happened already many times. I didn't date for 4 years. I was 22 years old. I didn't start dating again until I was 26.
Wow.
4 years. I was done. I'm like, I'm done. I had many men ask me out, and I said, no, thank you. But that's a prime age for dating. I just had no interest. I was like, nope, no, thank you. And then I met Bob, and the same thing kind of happened with Bob, like you were talking about. I wasn't super sketch about it, but I had trust issues for sure. And poor Bob, I felt kind of bad for him. And then I'm just like, okay, after some time, I had to let that go. Like Robert was saying, I had to let that go and open up and just say, fuck it, right? I'm going to trust again.
Yeah. Do you know my very first boyfriend? I had him when I was a freshman in high school. And on my birthday is a couple of days away from Valentine's Day. So it was like my birthday was a Friday, Valentine's Day was, or a Thursday, Valentine's Day was Monday or whatever, the way the holiday fell. And I got on the school bus and my best friend came up to me and said, I got to tell you something. And I'm like, what? She goes, your boyfriend gave me a carnation. So they used to hang carnations out at school.
Yeah.
My boyfriend rode the fucking bus with us. His name was Eric. So he gets on the bus and I grab the flower and I start like going at him. And I was like, no, I couldn't believe it. First, I was angry at her, but then like, I can't be angry at her because she didn't do anything. She didn't even like him. She rarely talked to him, but for some reason he felt the need to do this. I smashed that flower in his face. I was so angry about it.
What if he was just being nice? Because she was your friend.
One, he didn't give me any of those carnations. And two, motherfucker, no, you do not give someone's friend flowers on Valentine's Day.
That's true.
I gave Sarah and both her work friends, which Sarah's was a huge arrangement, but I gave the other two something too.
Me shit. He didn't give me anything.
That's the difference. He gave it to somebody else. Didn't give her anything. It would have been different. He was like, I'm being kind, like you were to her friends. This is okay. Just to end this, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 200, and that's going to be our last question. I have no idea what it is. So give me a number, you two.
69, dude.
That's what I was going to say. So go with 69.
Perfect. Let's go with 69. 69 says,
my ears
I'm kind of getting in the dark here. I didn't mean to. Hold on.
That's okay.
I noticed that.
Like Klopp even said it.
It's 69.
No, dude.
Okay. So 69 says, if a friend were almost always late, would you resent it or simply allow for it?
Oh,
and
my God.
It's a two-parter.
This is perfect. I have a friend who's always late. In fact, when she dies, she wants her hearse at the end of the funeral line instead of at the beginning of the procession because she's always late for everything. You know, when we were younger and we were hanging out, we would usually leave to go out between 7 and 8 o'clock at night. Especially on Fridays, it was closer to 8 because I worked until 7. So she knew to be ready. She never was. So the one night I decided I was going to show up a half an hour late because then she should be ready.
Right.
She still waited till I got there to start getting ready.
Oh my God. Here's the thing about your friend's funeral. You should also tell everybody to be there at like 10 a.m. whenever the funeral is. And the body doesn't show up till like 10:10.
Yeah.
Seriously. That would be so much fun.
Well, now, wasn't there more to that question?
But you have to answer the first part first, Robert, and then I'll give you the second part.
Okay, read it to me again, because
If a friend
Pay
a friend
attention.
were almost always late, would you resent it or simply allow for it?
I'd allow
By the
for
way,
it,
you didn't say whether you
provided
resented it.
it didn't say they're always late. It said almost always. So
Almost
if they're
always.
close every time, I'm okay with it.
Okay. Okay. So, but Beaver, you didn't say whether you resented it or allowed for it.
Oh, I allowed for it, but I also was pissed about it because I had to sit there and talk to her freaking parents for half an hour while she got ready all the time. And
It's
don't
like,
get me wrong, they were wonderful people. But it's like,
yeah,
come on, like I gave you the extra half hour. She's like, well, I only start getting ready when you show up. No,
right.
figure it out. And Klopp would allow for it.
Okay. So part B of that is, can you be counted on to be on time?
Yes. Actually, I'm early because to be on time is to be
Time
late.
is to be early. Yes.
To be on time is to be late.
Yes. Correct.
I'm always early.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Well,
look at
you
that.
guys passed. I mean, I have a shitload of questions. We can do these again sometime. I marked the ones that we already did, so we won't do those again.
Well, that sounds amazing.
All right.
All right. That's okay.
It is 9:15.
I know. And we need to get this show over with. But I want to thank the people in the chat that joined us tonight. I want to thank SoCal for filling in. And
Deuces.
we never even talked about Rusty. He got stuck somewhere. A part of his body is stuck somewhere, and they're trying to get him out with some grease. That's all I'm saying. He can
He
tell
had
the rest of the story.
He had
He
a
had a-
Wisconsin prairie dog.
He had a tragic cheese grating accident.
Oh my God. Until next time.